Hello stamping friends, welcome to another card in the 2014 November online class. This is really a very simple card to make as well as all the other ones were. There are 6 in the series, so make sure you look for all of them and watch them all to help you put your card kits together. When you are in the online card class, you get enough materials to make 6 different cards using one stamp set and an accessory. In this case, you do need another stamp set, and we just told you to use some that you may have around the house as far as, or in your craft room, as far as the sentiments go. So any of them would work. You didn't have to buy the ones that we told you we used for the class, but you could use any of them. So for this one, I actually ended up using Bitty Banners because I thought that was a cute one to use. The other thing is we gave you the embossing folders that we used on the samples, and the samples are on your PDF, and your PDF has all of the instructions for all of your kits, has the measurements so that you can make more cards in the future. However, those embossing folders were suggested ones that you could use. I used this one here, and what is the name of that one? I'll type it on the video because I can't remember. I think it's the like the arrows, looks like little arrows. But for this card that I'm going to make on the video, I'm not going to use an embossing folder at all, just in case you don't have any. So there you go. All right, so what all do you get in your card kits from us each month? You get, for this card, you get an envelope. You get the Whisper White card base, and then you get your white layer. This white layer is what you would use to run through an embossing folder, but this one I'm not going to do for this card. I just wanted to see what it turned out like. The other item that we told you needed to purchase was the Festival of Trees. This is really a Christmas stamp set in the holiday catalog with Stampin' Up! This year. And you ordered the coordinating tree punch. So to make your cards for this class is really easy, and then if you want to make some Christmas ones, you can do that as well. All right, what else do you get in your card kit from us? You get some half sheets of paper to finish off your cards. Any of the pieces that are not pre-cut for you, you need to do any stamping. Very generous as far as giving you extra paper each month. You should have plenty to do your cards, and some for next month or for the next set of cards that you want to make if you want to make some more. So you get Very Vanilla, Whisper White, and the Crumb Cake. So this was the stamp set that I used. This is my old wooden one that also has matching framelits that go with it. But I've already stamped my happy birthday, so I've just got that aside. So let's stamp our trees, and I have some scrap paper here. See, our mess on the back. So we're going to use the tree that looks like this, kind of with the lines on it. And my clear block. Okay, and using garden green ink, whoops, a little loud. I'm going to ink up and stamp 3 trees. Whoops, I almost dropped that. A little slippery there. Oh, I'm so glad that one did that. I want to show you something because I was stamping some cards and I was stamping this way, and I couldn't figure out why I was getting some extra ink. Do you see that ink on the block? If I push down on that, I get extra ink on my paper. Now, that's fine as long as it's not onto another tree, but that's what was happening to me, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? There you go. I love sharing my boo-boos with you. So when you ink up your stamp, if you get a little bit of ink in there, it will be on your block. You can either wipe it off or just be very careful about stamping straight down and lifting straight up, unless you don't really care if it's on your scraps area, but I'm glad it did that for the video because I keep meaning to mention that. You know, when you make these videos, you just have all these tips in your head that you want to share, and sometimes you don't remember them. So there you go. All right, let's punch all these out. When you're stamping your trees, make sure that you don't stamp too far from the edge or your punch won't reach. One of my videos will show you that interesting little tidbit. Oh, I need that back. I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back. Okay, set those aside. So now we need our little bird. The little bird comes in the stamp set, and I'm inking him up. I actually need 3 birds. I'm inking him up in Island Indigo. So you will have a lot of extra paper to stamp lots of little birds because he's so little. And as you will know, we don't have a punch for the little bird, so we have to use our snips. There, all of our little birds are cut out. I wish a punch. I know that you're glad that I know how to make my video go faster through that part because it's painful to watch somebody sit there and cut out something like that. I am going to use glue dots on the back of my little birds, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Let's go ahead and put our card together. I told you that I wasn't going to emboss this one. I decided I wanted to see what it looked like. Not everybody may have an embossing folder. It wasn't required for the class. Not everybody may have a big shot. I can't imagine making a card without a big shot. However, I know that everybody doesn't have one. So I'm going to do this card without any embossing. It was very hard for me to do, but like I said, I wanted you to see what it looked like without embossing. Okay, let's layer this on here. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's white on white. And then we're going to add, oh, guess what? I forgot, and I did it on purpose. So let me just show you a cheater way. You are going to need to attach some of the baker's twine. By the way, the baker's twine does come in your kit. And when I first made this card, I did the same mistake. And I was like, okay, remember, don't do that. And then I decided, no, go ahead and make that same mistake because somebody else out there might make the mistake and you want to show them how to fix it. If you will stick your finger in there, that opens up the card. You can reach in there, grab that baker's twine, and you're actually going to wrap it twice for this card. Look how fun! Now, I couldn't have done this if I had not attached them with dimensionals because it's not quite the same. I might tear the card trying to do this. So scoot it up a little bit into the middle part. And ta-da! Isn't that fun? Don't you just love it that I'm the queen of boo-boos and I can share those with you? All right, let's just tie a little bow, teeny bow. There we go. All right, let me get my scissors. Okay, so I'm glad I remembered to do the boo-boo for you so that you would know how to fix it. You don't want to lift it all off and tear up those dimensionals, okay? So now let's put the trees on. I'm going to put one right here. And tuck that there. Last tree. And I actually have my bow over a little bit too much, so I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to put the tree down some so that it doesn't mess up my bow too much. There you go. See? Queen of Boo-Boos. Okay, so let's put our little birdies on, and we're going to use the dimensionals for the birds. Where are my snips? Dimensionals. No, these are glue dots. Sorry. We already have enough height with our trees being on dimensionals, and I have gone to the post office and they've said, oh, you have to pay extra postage because that is too thick. Oh, okay. So the other one I'm actually going to put him right here. And then this last one is going to be flying away down here at the bottom. Now, since my trees are a little bit higher on this card than this card, I'm going to put my banner down here at the bottom instead of across the top. I'll put that right there. I am missing one more thing, and I want to put those on for you. You're going to take the little container looking stamp, and I'm inking this up in soft suede. And I'm going to stamp 3 of them. I don't know if I mentioned in this video or not, but I'm using the paper piercing mat underneath my stamps, my stamping, because the photopolymer stamps just do better with this little bit of cushion. Now, I need to take my snips again and cut these out. Okay, let's add a dimensional to the back of our containers, our little pots. Now, I don't think you can see it on the video, but I have added my dimensional a little bit too low. I'm just going to trim that off. See, Queen of Boo-Boos, I can fix anything. All right, let me take the backing off of these, and let's put our trees in their pots. We are almost done. Ta-da! All done. So I don't know if you can tell in the video, one has the embossed background, one does not. I prefer the embossed, but again, I wanted to make one card in this series for you without an embossing folder, just so that you could see that it can be done. Thank you so much for joining us in this November series, and we will see you in December.